In daily educated activity, our brains are rather complex instruments. They are responsible for the maintaining of the body, for the ongoing health and cleaning up. Within our brain's daily movements resides a centre of educated and traditional knowledge related to the historical circumstances a child is born into at his exact location and time of birth. This is only saying here that a child born in London, England, is unlikely to be calling himself a Dao practicing Chinese person. We continue a divisive line of tradition based on the educating principles of the nation and the time we are born into. In the natural order of our social movements, keeping a person born in London to remaining eternally British, likely, if the parents are practicing a traditional religion, the child will be Christian or perhaps nothing at all. These accidents of birth and traditions of humanity are responsible for so many ongoing continual social problems between us. Divisions of wealth, religion, patriotism, political allegiance, and social class structures are all passed on this way in batons and lines of continuity, grandfather to father, father to son. We each pass on slightly differing information regarding the world a child is born into and the traditional conditioned position the child shall occupy within that world. This is how we come to divide. Banker, pauper, prime minister, labourer, dentist, rich, poor, with allegiances as divided between ideologies as they are between social structures. We are complete in the fact that we are nothing other than broken up into billions of pieces. We have a problem here. That which is broken up tends to fight and can never find peace and harmony. Hey, that sounds like our world. We function like this and find it practically impossible to break these divisive psychological structures of traditional divisive continuity because we all find a deep security in them. A Christian, naturally, finds security in a belief in Jesus Christ. A Jew finds similar security in their beliefs, although the beliefs and the contents of the imagery which accompany shall be different. A Muslim finds security in their beliefs. Every patriot loves their own country, a divided country, and every patriot is willing to kill and to die in honour and protection of that isolated country. The pattern of behaviour, the inner psychological structures are identical, although they divide us because the content which they work with differs, and in this division, we kill each other. This is all automatic conditioned human behaviour emanating from our thought-based consciousness. It comes from our thinking, and our thinking never stops. Sensing a danger. How has this happened? Why has humanity evolved into such divisive patterns of competing and warring divisions everywhere? Look inside. Right now, there is division here also. This is the very root of all of them. Finding the root of division is important to life because uprooting anything has a potential to bring the whole structure tumbling down. By finding the root of conflict, we are in the only possible location to bring an end to conflict. That root is shared between us and is the centre of a thought we carry within our brains, which we call me. Me is divided in this world between Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Taoist, Christian, Jew, and thousands of other religions. Me has divided between British, French, German, Polish, Israeli, American, and hundreds of other potential nations. Me has divided between thousands of political identities and billions of ideologies. It has divided in billions of ambitious pursuits. all marching into their own little ambitiously self-interested futures. We are our own divisions. We are the very source of all of our human relationship problems, and the root of them all is in the educated and traditional movements within the knowledge-based structure of our brains, calling itself me, yet living behind an infinite number of names. This continuing traditional structure of knowledge within us is what needs a light shining into it. And its working structure and contents revealed and understood. This is a complex area within human consciousness and an area of battle. It is an area of division. The division between the thinker and the thought. All of this, however, is based in knowledge, all held in memory, all recorded information, arising from past experiences and traditional educations. Continuing divisive structures of educated psychological states between us are what our very minds are. Therefore, if we have any chance of peace in this world, the dividing principles of traditional life we all carry and hold and garnish security from must come to an end. This means thinking must come to an end. Because thinking is the natural memory-based living location of the recorded memorial information which prevents relationship between us human beings. It is not often one finds a Jew with the best friend of a Palestinian. For this very reason, it is possible, but not likely. Our educated memories we derive security from and provide a sense of meaning in life are dividing between us in relationship and bringing us to periodically kill each other's children, which, when you remove the allegiances to nations and religions we have been educated to and we are discussing here, are all children of humanity. We need look into what divides us. We need look into and shine a light deeply within the mechanical educated thinking structures of our brains, into unquestioned, divisive human traditions we all act out of. We carry a sense of continuity of what we are in time, internally, within our thinking memorial minds. This, actually, is our mind. An educated and traditional mechanical approach to life. This is mostly unquestioned beliefs and ideologies and attachments to identities of continuity, a nationality, a social class. We continue where we came from because we live in memory. What we have all been educated to is that the continuity of the root movement of self within us, which is the root cause of all divisions between us, is our very important of securities. No one questions themselves being British, nor Muslim. We do not only accept such divisive principles between us, we tend to find so much security in these inner divisive concepts, and we never see a need to question their legitimacy, nor their actual daily effects which they bring to our lives, which are horrendous. If we were not so divided, we would see no need to spend so much on protecting ourselves from ourselves. Not to mention, our world would be plenty safer. To end the divisions between us outwardly, so harmful to humanity for countless thousands of years, we need look within, to what we call our psychological self, to this incessant movement of words and images within us, our inner reactions. Here we find the root movement of all educated divisions between us. Here is where we need bring the only revolution to life. The root of the structures of divisions between us are all here to be found. If we can understand this living, moving, talking, ambitious, pleasure-seeking psychological structure, we can end conflict within us forever. Or we can refuse to investigate the psychological structure of what we are internally, which is the root movement of all chaos in our world. Refusing to act in such a way does not seem a viable option.